Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, we are live on social media, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is Mental Performance Coach Jay Hollingshed, and we're covering again my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Today is day 10. That's right, day 10, and we're 10 days into this thing, and today is Tuesday, so our focus for Tuesday, which is our third pillar, focus and concentration. Focus and concentration. I've been doing a little research now. Kaneen, I see you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Also, my brother, Arthur, tuning in and commenting every time. So thank you, big bro. I appreciate you. AJ, I appreciate you, man. I did a little research trying to find out something new about focus and concentration. And before I get into that, the definition I have for focus and concentration comes from multiple interviews I've had with different people about focus and concentration. Also, my experience has tied into the definition. And my definition of focus is the ability to push your emotions, your energies, and your 5 senses toward one thing. Focus is directing your energies, your emotions, and your 5 senses to one thing. Not multitasking, but just directing them to one thing. So, Kaneen, I appreciate you. I see you again, bro. Let's see. Focus. Focus is a range. Social media, because of their limitations on how much we can write or what we can say or can do, social media has brought everyone's focus down or diminished it to very quick, short. We read this and move on. We read this and move on. There's another ad. There's another pop-up ad. Another pop-up ad. What is that doing to our focus? It's putting our focus all over the place. And that's crazy for people like me. I just recently found out that I've just recently diagnosed with ADHD, and which makes common sense because my focus is all over the place, has always been all over the place. Somehow I've managed to get through school, masters, and all things of that nature, but my focus has truly been all over the place. 3 minutes, I'm looking at something else. Now, that's on the short end of the attention span for focus. Now, on the long end, I look at people like your Buddhist or your Hindu monks, someone that I am studying very heavily for their ability to maintain focus for 3 hours or more. So like I said, that's a range. You go from 3 minutes to 3 hours. That's a huge range. Now, to get from 3 minutes to 3 hours, that's not an overnight thing. That's a process. To hone your focus and grow your ability to focus and maintain your focus, you have to practice that. It is a process. And that process comes from practicing different focus exercises with consistency over time. Now, in my expert opinion, just from the research I've done, I have 3 that I'm going to share with you today. 3 different exercises that you can use. Number 1, the first step to maintaining or extending your focus, get some rest. You have to rest if you want to upgrade or have a stronger ability to focus. You have to get your rest. Getting your rest, it gives your brain energy. It gives your brain enough time to rest and have energy to produce a sufficient focus, the ability to stay focused on one thing. Now, it's kind of like if your brain is tired, let's look at it this way. If your eyes are tired and you haven't rested your eyes, you're going to have a blurred vision. You're going to be rubbing your eyes, and it's going to be hard for you to visually focus. Now let's go back to the brain. If your brain is tired, your brain hasn't had sufficient rest, you're going to have a blurred mental focus. It's going to be hard to concentrate on what somebody's saying. So, you know how it is if you're driving. We've all been driving and being tired. You start rubbing your eyes and okay, what is that? Am I seeing things? It's hard to focus. Your reaction time is not keen, and you're not able to tune in to what you need to tune in on or focus on. So the first step, get your rest. You must get sufficient rest. Step number 2, stop multitasking. Multitasking has been deemed as something good. For some people, it was like the big thing to do, accomplish more at one time, get more things done at once. Well, let me tell you this. You can have a glass over here and a glass over here, and they're both full of liquids. You can't put both of them to your mouth and drink both of them at the same time without spilling them. So that's trying to do two things at one time. You can't adequately do them and do them at a proficient level to where you're going to make progress. You have to do one thing at a time, especially when you're multitasking from a study perspective or a work perspective. You're taking your eyes back and forth from one thing to the next, from one thing to the next. Your eyes, yes, they can instantly jump from one thing to the next. But your mind doesn't instantly jump from one thing to the next. It doesn't go from task to task. Because your eyes jump, your brain is still trying to process where you were. And so by the time you started on this task over here to your left, your mind is still on the right. So you haven't really gotten into doing a proficient job on that. Just like the 2 glasses of water, something's going to get wasted. So if you want to do things and do things right, you have to stop multitasking. That's step number 2 of maintaining and growing your focus. The first one, get your rest. Step number 2, stop multitasking. The third and final step, create an environment that's conducive to focusing. That helped me a whole lot. Now, to create an environment that's conducive to your focus or that will help your focus, I had to take away, when I have a desk, if I'm studying something for school, nothing else is allowed on that desk except what I am studying. Picture of the kids or whatever, all that's off the desk. Why? Because my focus is kind of squirrely. I can go here, there, and everywhere. Like I said earlier, you give me 3 minutes, I can give you 3,000 things. But only one of those things of the 3,000 would be what I'm supposed to be studying, instead of everything 3,000 minutes of focus, instead of having that on what I'm supposed to focus on. Now, in that environment you've created just for your studying or your work, that's all you should do in that environment. At that desk, in that room, you don't eat, you don't watch TV, you don't sit there on your phone. That's dedicated to work and study. And when you do that, you're programming your mind to say, oh, I'm here in the study spot. So your mind is anticipating what? To study. And that's it. Because your mind is used to studying and studying only and not going in there to do several different things. I have 2 examples for you. The first example, look at a library. A library is full of what? Books. It is an area that's conducive to studying and reading. That's what the library is for. The entire environment is for learning, studying, and reading. There are no swing sets in there. You won't find nobody selling potatoes or bananas and whatnot. The library is an area that's set up just for studying. Second example, let's talk about the spa or the gym, the fitness center. It's full of nothing but activities and equipment to get you physically fit. It's not a whole lot of books for studying. There are no instruments for playing music. Nobody's walking around with doing anything other than working out. People that work out, you see them there, that's all they're doing. So even if you do have a squirrely mindset or a squirrely focus, if you are in a gym and your focus tries to jump on anything else in the surrounding area, it's going to stick to what's in the area, the gym. So your mind has no choice but to accept its surroundings. That way, if your mind accepts its surroundings, then your body would be more susceptible to accept what's going on in the surroundings. Next thing you know, you're working out, you're becoming more physically fit because you are in an environment that's conducive to the focus of being physically fit. So, the 3 things in repeating, the first one, get your rest. Number 2, stop multitasking. Number 3, Create an environment that's conducive to your focus. I recommend you do this every single day, because if you do this every day, you're practicing the art of repetition. Repetition is how we learn. Think about when you were a child learning to tie your shoe. You did that before you were 5 years old, hopefully. And you did that over and over and over. And now you can tie your shoe with no problem. Shalonda Renee, okay, I appreciate you watching. Eric Seabrook, Arthur Hollenshed, my brother again. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I appreciate you. Now, let me get back to focusing on my lesson of focus. So that's pretty much all I have. I had 3 things I want to share with you on how to keep and maintain your focus. Other than that, this is day 10 of my 7 pillars of mental performance. And I've been doing them every single day. We've done 10 episodes, including this one. And if you have missed an episode, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jay Hollenshed, and you will catch up on every single episode. I've backlogged and loaded all of them on my YouTube channel, so feel free to go back and check them out. At the same time, for those of you that didn't know, I'm a mental performance coach, also a public speaker, and I do have an amazing mental performance story. I've been dealing with mental performance issues since I was 10 years old, and I have been overcoming those issues, and I'm still winning. And I would love to come and tell my story to your professional audience or organization for free. As a public speaker, that's 0 speaker fee. If you're interested and you want to know how you can qualify your organization or event for me to come and speak for free, go to my website, JayHollenshed.com. Follow the prompts. That's all I have. Dale Brown, I appreciate you, brother. That's all I have. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much. Be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing.